Welcome to the presentation on CloudIQ, how to debug your VMware installations on the go with Dell EMC CloudIQ. I'm Susan Sharpe, CloudIQ Product Manager. CloudIQ provides you intelligent insights about your infrastructure, particularly by providing proactive monitoring and predictive analytics. One of the key advantages that we have with CloudIQ is the human intelligence regarding the CloudIQ ecosystem, leveraging the strength and power of the Dell technical community. That includes the developers and architects who are actually developing CloudIQ, along with the product team developers who provide product-specific subject matter expertise. It also includes the support engineers who bring forward breadth and depth of vast subject matter expertise, knowing that special thing to look for or the things that you need to proactively be aware of so that you can better understand your environment and take actions to address potential risks before they become real issues in your environment. And it also includes members of your Dell account team, whom you can invite to be trusted advisors so that they can also see the insights that CloudIQ provides and help ensure you get the very best from your Dell infrastructure. We hired a third-party evaluator to compare CloudIQ to some of the other products out in the marketplace, and they found that time and time again, CloudIQ demonstrated an ability to allow users to reach faster time to insights. So hopefully you'll see that benefit too when you use CloudIQ. When we talk about CloudIQ, the three main pillars we talk about are reducing risk, planning ahead, and improving productivity. So I'll tell you a little more about each of those. We'll start with how CloudIQ can help you reduce risk. One way that CloudIQ can help you reduce risk is with the proactive health scores that you see here, where we provide a per system health score that will quickly identify systems that are at potential risk and also provide the recommended remediation to address that potential risk so that you can avoid real issues in your environment. We also have a unique performance impact analysis and anomaly detection capability that allows you troubleshooting all the way from the system level all the way down to the VM level. And this is where I will showcase this capability of CloudIQ in the demonstration portion of this session. Along with this impact and anomaly detection, we'll also identify workloads that are in contention of the system or pool resources and need to be redistributed to remove that bottleneck. CloudIQ also allows you to intelligently plan ahead. This was a key area where with the ability that CloudIQ provides for predicting capacity reaching full, we're able to provide an almost 10x advantage for our users. CloudIQ provides both a short-term capacity full prediction as well as longer-term capacity forecasting, so that helps with both risk avoidance in terms of avoiding a data unavailability and also providing intelligence in your ongoing planning and forecasting tasks. We also recently added the ability to detect capacity anomalies. Think of this as a run-on-the-bank scenario and enabling you to avoid that 2 a.m. phone call when all of a sudden your capacity has reached full. Additionally, CloudIQ enables you to improve productivity. One way of doing that is by the fact that CloudIQ has a breadth of data center support. CloudIQ supports the majority of all Dell storage assets as well as connector switches and is integrated with VMware. I'll give some details on that in the next slide. I also mentioned the trusted advisors. With all of us needing to do more with less, think of leveraging your trusted advisors for the additional expertise, additional proactive monitoring for your environment. Customers can simply invite members of their Dell account team to be trusted advisors, and that will enable them to log into CloudIQ as well as you to be able to look for potential issues or potential areas of risk that need addressing. And finally, because CloudIQ is hosted in the Dell private, secure infrastructure, you get immediate time to value with CloudIQ. Once you've set up your Dell storage assets and connected via remote telemetry, you can log in to cloudiq.emc.com and start viewing CloudIQ and your assets. CloudIQ integration with vSphere obviously starts with vSphere, And then we have a special CloudIQ Collector. Think of it as an aggregator of the key vSphere telemetry. That then gets sent to the Dell Secure Telemetry Gateway. So all of the left-hand side is on your premises. And then that Secure Telemetry Gateway then sends the telemetry into CloudIQ for preliminary ingest and analytics. And then that information is displayed in the user interface, the browser or the mobile app. This CloudIQ Collector is available for download from the CloudIQ application. So you can simply click to download the Collector app. I'll show you when I shift over to the demo, and then you can simply set up that vApp and start collecting the data, the telemetry data from your vSphere instance. So with that, let's shift into the demonstration. So I talked about the user interface and the CloudIQ mobile app. So let's talk about how you would use those with your vSphere and VMware infrastructure. So here's the mobile app. And on the mobile app, there's a special area here that will draw your attention to whether there's been performance impacts in your environment. So you can drill a little bit more in detail, and you can easily see right here from the mobile app that there are issues with block latency in terms of performance impacts as indicated by the pink shading, and also performance anomalies as indicated by the blue shading. So what this does is it gives you infrastructure insights right there in the palm of your hand with the mobile app. So logical next steps would be you would hop on over into the CloudIQ web app. And so this is the CloudIQ web app. You can see here, for instance, information about the CloudIQ collectors, the system health, the capacity approaching full that I talked about. And as you keep scrolling down, you see an area indicating performance impacts. And one of the key points I want to make about this is both from that mobile app and here right on the overview page of CloudIQ, CloudIQ is going to make you aware of these performance impacts. So we want to avoid any more hunting for that needle in the haystack. We're going to bring it right up to the top and make it prominent so it's easy for you to know about, so that you can streamline your time to resolution. Let's look a little bit more at these analytics and how they work. So I've now drilled into the storage system. This happens to be a Unity XT. You can see the top talkers here at the top of this page. And as you scroll down, you see, again, just as you saw in the mobile app screenshot, you can see both performance impacts and performance anomalies. Performance anomalies are indicated where, based on the machine learning algorithm that CloudIQ employs using a seasonality algorithm, that's indicated by the gray, we can indicate for this individual system, for this time of day and day of week, there's been an observed anomaly. We're tracking that over a 3-week period, and so this is an anomaly that has occurred outside the normal range, again, for this time of day and day of week, outside what has been established as normal over those 3 weeks. In addition to that, we have partnered this with another algorithm, a time series algorithm, time series correlation, where we can correlate that at the same time as these spikes in latency, there's been a drop in kind of the inversely related system performance metrics, IOPS, and bandwidth. So with these two algorithms, the CloudIQ analytics engine can indicate for you, first of all, when there's been an observed performance anomaly, and second of all, when there's been an observed actual impact in the environment. So now we've told you that there is an impact, and so the next steps are what might be causing it. And so this is where the power of context is really important. Right here in the context of this system graph, you can click and drag to then identify what are the storage objects that may be contributing to this performance impact and anomaly. And so, for instance, if you look at this particular storage object, you can see the performance metric there looks awfully suspicious and awfully similar. And so this provides a very simple way to drill right here in the context of what you're looking at the system level to then present that information at the LUN level, the storage object level. Similar metrics now at the storage object level, latency, IOPS, and bandwidth. And as we saw at the system level, again, an anomaly now for this LUN at this time of day and day of week, as well as the same algorithm applied now at the LUN level that we talked about at the system level, where we have a time series correlation where the spike in latency is correlated with a drop in IOPS and bandwidth. So you may be saying, okay, well, that's great, all about storage, but I want to know about the VM. Of course you do. So that's the next thing that we show. So like we did earlier, you can click and drag over the area of interest on the graph. And now, as you saw before, we now go all the way down to the VM level. Again, in the context of that LUN, I can click and investigate further with the VM. Again, using that special CloudIQ Collector I showed you about before, where you can download it right here from the CloudIQ application. Right here, you can download that Collector V app and then deploy it. Just some real simple instructions right there. All right, so back to this VM landing page. So you can see here the key performance indicators for the VM, the CPU readiness, the active memory, and then the storage latency. Now, in this particular troubleshooting flow, I started at the system level and worked my way down to the VM. But imagine if instead you had chosen to simply search for the name of that VM and arrived at this page. You can click anywhere on the latency graph, and we'll provide for you an end-to-end map that will identify all of the components along the way for that VM. And note that when I click in the pink area where the VM had a performance impact, it will likewise indicate the various storage objects, or storage entities along the way that likewise had a performance impact. So effectively connecting the dots for you to help you again understand that performance impact and help you find that needle in the haystack. All right, so we started at the system level. We worked our way down to the VM level. Again, noting you could have reversed that direction. But now the question is, what can be done to remove that bottleneck for the VM? And so in this case, I'm just going to back up a step. That was the LUN that we looked at. If I go back to the LUN page, this was the graph we were looking at a moment ago. You can then see additional details. This is where the workload contention analysis comes in. And CloudIQ will indicate for you where there are other workloads contending for the same resources as the LUN with which that VM is associated. So this is a pretty strong recommendation that if you can distribute these workloads, perhaps to another pool for a Unity system or perhaps a whole nother storage system, then you would remove that bottleneck. You would allow that LUN to receive the resources that it needs, and therefore the VMs associated with that LUN. So hopefully you've seen that end-to-end, in-context, unique capabilities that CloudIQ provides for you to intelligently troubleshoot performance issues in your environment and gives you strong recommendation for how to remediate those performance bottlenecks so that you can remove them. Returning to our presentation, I talked about immediate time to value. All you have to do is install and configure your Dell EMC devices, connect that remote telemetry, including the CloudIQ Collector that will bring information from vSphere into the secure remote gateway, and then simply log in and use CloudIQ. Log in to cloudiq.dellemc.com and start using it. You'll log in with your pro support credentials. And I haven't mentioned it yet, but maybe one of the best things about CloudIQ is all of this at no additional cost. We view CloudIQ as an enabler so that you can unlock the power of your Dell EMC devices. So again, log in to cloudiq.dellemc.com and start using it today. To summarize, CloudIQ provides intelligent infrastructure insights by reducing risk, identifying and avoiding issues to expedite troubleshooting, enabling you to intelligently plan ahead by anticipating business needs and avoiding outages, and by allowing you to improve productivity with a single pane of glass across your data center, including your Dell storage assets and VMware. So get started today and start getting advantage with the faster time to insights. Thank you for listening.